Gather round, everyone, and hear again the tale of Drakfu. Welcome back, everybody. Supposedly happy Friday/Monday for this one, because, well, this is either going to be late or it's going to work. I don't quite know, but welcome back to the tale of Drakfu. So last time I left you guys on a little bit of a cliffhanger, plus some really weird game audio issues. Thankfully, we fixed all of that stuff, but hopefully the audio was still entertaining for you guys, especially with the new mic interface. But yeah, last time I left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We collected all the paragons. We did all of the questing in the Dread Wastes, so much so that we got the achievement for it. But like I said, we weren't done yet, because as people have noticed, this is a daily zone. And because it's a daily zone, there's actually additional questing and additional lore that you can get once you've hit Exalted. So, as of today, after grinding for quite a while, having some PC issues in between, I have hit Exalted with the Xexie. So let's go ahead and finish things up today. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too short apart, but I want to finish up the questing in the Dread Wastes, and then next week, whatever it is, we'll start up the second to most recent expansion, Warlords of Draenor. So here's Malik the Unscathed. He has a new quest for us. Okay, I'm going to try and do the manted voice here, so.
Has changed. Mantid are born with little on their mind but a lust for battle. Participation in a swarm is not only a crucial rite of passage, it is the catalyst for our physical maturation. Only those who return from battle can develop from a swarm-born into a fully aware individual citizen.
Okay, so here is the last quest line that you can actually get in Dread Wastes, the Empress's Gambit. Remember, last time Empress Shek'zeer showed her displeasure with the Xexie and pretty much annihilated them, except for the Paragons, and a few Xexie that are still there. So let's go ahead and get the Empress's Gambit.
Grand Empress Shek'zeer has finally lost her patience with us. We have learned of an enormous army massing in the shadows of the Heart of Fear, with orders to crush Xexie. We have been fortunate to hold out this long, but we cannot survive a siege of this scale. Wakener, you have been invaluable to our efforts. Come, take your place on the field among we paragons. I will see you on the battlefield.
Okay, so we need to meet him outside the Heart of Fear, which is really easy to find, because all you gotta do is go to the palace. That is the Heart of Fear. So it's game time. It's time for the Xexie to step in and do what the Xexie were told to do. If the royal family, or the queen, is not doing what's best for all Mantid, then we step in, or the Xexie step in to correct the problem. So here we are at the Heart of Fear. This is actually the entrance to it. Let's go ahead and meet with Malik the Unscathed.
I stand ready. The Xexie have spoken. The Empress must fall.
Alright, let's get started then.
Is eternal. Who holds this swarm? Show yourself. Answer to the Xexie. Treasonous Xexie! Her magnificence was right about you. Speak your name, puppet, that our annals will be complete. Grand Vizier Zorlok, voice of the Empress. Your Empress has fallen. The Xexie have pronounced judgment. Stand aside, or be brushed away. The Xexie are to be disbanded by the will of the Empress. Blaspheme! The desperate Xexie have resorted to digging up fossils. Very well, let us finish this.
Oh no! Oh no, Malik!
Die unscathed, indeed.
Oh no!
Forward! The Xexie reveal themselves as traitors. Decimate them and leave nothing behind.
So this guy just decimated Malik the Unscathed. So, alright. Malik the Unscathed has fallen in battle. 9 paragons remain. They must be somewhere out on this battlefield. Alright, so the next quest is the Wrath of Xexie. The rest of the freed paragons are scattered around the Heart of Fear, fighting off the Mantid Swarm. They may need your help. So you need to rout the Manted Swarm by slaying Akalon, Shek'zeer, and the Manifestation of Terror, and 25 Manted Subjugants. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going, and I'm just gonna go ahead and presume like this is going to be the Friday video. So happy Friday, everybody! I hope everybody had a good rest of the week, and hopefully a good weekend right now. For me, I had to wait on recording this, obviously, until I had Exalted with the Xexie. But I'm getting excited because we've plowed through 5 expansions, and we're getting ready to start the... Well, let's see. Let me cap that out. Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm... Sorry, 4 expansions, and now we're getting ready to start the 5th, which is Warlords of Draenor. And Warlords is an interesting expansion in the fact that it basically was the 10-year anniversary celebration expansion. That's the best way I know to describe it now in retrospect, is that it was more of an anniversary plus celebration of the Warcraft movie. And you know what, that explanation just kind of works for me. Really, it does. I'm just taking care of my 25 Manted Subjugants before I get any further. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and grab everybody we can possibly grab. And we'll leave it at that, because I want to get the big bosses now. Because we will actually have Xexie support while we take them out. Yeah, that's the best way I know how to explain the... I'll obviously give an overview when we get started with it, but it's really the anniversary arc. Or the anniversary expansion, so that you can go into like what made Warcraft as classic as it is. Plus, it is a celebration of the Warcraft movie. And despite whatever lore problems came out of it, which there were, we will celebrate it, because Warlords of Draenor still did have a good start to the expansion, and everybody that I've ever talked to are at least willing to acknowledge that part. It did at least have a good start to the expansion, showed what future expansions could do. Because I will say, like, all of the good plot elements that were put in Warlords of Draenor were better refined and even more awesome in Legion, which would be the most up-to-date expansion, obviously. Because we haven't had any expansion announcements. We just barely got the announcement that 7.3, the Shadows of Argus, is going to be coming out this week, and people have been asking my excitement for it. Yes, I'm absolutely excited. I am thrilled that we're finally going to be able to not only finish Legion, but also be able to go to Argus and have this pivotal lore arc follow. Like, I followed the initial patch notes, but then I stopped because I didn't want anything spoiled, and I still don't. So here's actually some Paragons if you want to see it. So there's Zeril the Poisoned Mind, Kilruk the Wind Reaver, and Kha'Zix the Manipulator, along with Kovac. So, crap, where's our... I need to find our second guy, because we've got Shek'zeer and the Manifestation of Terror to find. Oh, man. I cannot seem to locate them. We'll find them. We got Akalon taken care of, so at least we got that. Oh, and there's Skir the Bloodseeker, Corvin the Prime, and Rikal the Dissector. I have a feeling wherever there's Paragons is going to be a guy. Maybe somebody came in and killed them, and that's what happened. If I come across another group of Paragons, then I'm going to stick with them. There's a Shaw-touched herb, yeah. And the problem is it's all within this immediate area. There we go, Shek'zeer has entered the battlefield. Where is he? Where is he? Is he over here? Is he? I don't know. Here's Rikal, Corvin, and Kilruk. Could he be over here? There he is. So yeah, this is the one that Kilruk and them were helping with. Let's go ahead and kill him off. Shek'zeer! Really feels like I'm saying Shek'zeer. All right. There we go. So we've killed him and assisted Kilruk, Kovac, Zeril, and Kha'Zix. So now that we have that, we need the Manifestation of Terror, We just need to find the other group of Xexie Paragons. And we're out of the area again. Oh, if I remember... Yeah, never mind. This was a waived encounter, so, like, I nuked through the 25 way too quick, and then eventually you unlock the rest. And the Manifestation of Terror, if you haven't figured out what it is, it's going to be a Sha. Because the Sha of Fear is dominating the Mantid right now. And eventually becomes kind of the ending story of the first raid tier of Mists of Pandaria is you take out the Sha of Fear. By first entering the Heart of Fear and then eventually going into the Terrace of Endless Spring to take care of whatever remnants of the Sha of Fear exist. Let's see. No. Subjugates. No. I would think the Manifestation of Terror would be up here. This actually makes a lot of sense, but nobody's up in this area. Maybe just outside the palace? That makes sense, I guess. And yeah, the entrance to the palace is obviously the Heart of Fear. Come on, where is he? Or do I just have to wait for him? Maybe. But I killed off 25 subjugates, so I've... Oh, wait, here we go. Iakuk the Lucid, Karos the Locust, and Hisek the Swarmkeeper. These are probably where are the ones that we worked with for the Manifestation of Terror. So we'll just go ahead and wait this out, everybody. And like I said, if this is long enough that it's just going to get its own legitimate part, but I'm not sure if it's going to be that long. There's not a whole lot to this quest line. Yep, there you go. So here's a Sha. Let's go ahead and nuke it as hard as we can. Screw you. You get my Manifestation of Zhuen. And there we go. So now we've had all of the generals as well as the army taken care of. So I believe, yeah, we just go back to Xexie. We've won the day. At least we've won this battle, but not the war. The war is eventually won by 10 to 25 man raids that will go into the Heart of Fear. Oh, poor Spirit of Zhuan. He's just flying there. Okay. So we come back to Xexie, and Mantid parts are breaking apart for some reason. And you still even have Xexie corpses. That's kind of creepy. Let's go and talk to Kilrook.
Speak, Wakener. Fly with...
Oh, yes. Wrath of Xexie.
The siege is broken for now.
Okay. Shadow of the Empire. Reference back to Drak. It's Shadow when they played Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. It's not a reference, but I'm okay with it. Okay, sorry. I've got a piece of ice because the Mantid voice is really hard. Here we go.
You only understand part of our order. You are an outsider and have been treated as such. It is no longer appropriate that we keep our secrets from you. There is something you should see.
All right, so this is actually a very interesting conversation that we're about to have. And since you got exalted, it would award you with an epic piece of loot for getting it done. So let's go ahead and talk to him. So what do you want? What do you want to show me, Kilrook?
The Empress must fall. Wakener, your deeds have earned you the trust of the Xexie. You are to be rewarded. Walk with me.
I forgot he moves really quick. I'm gonna try and walk with him.
Mantid are an elder race. The Pandaren you associate with, they are but children. They have their role to play. Each cycle, our young swarm their walls. The Pandaren slay the weak. The strong return. With each generation, we grow ever stronger. Before your history began, our empire was vast. We shared this world with our sister kingdoms, Ankiraj and Ajol Nerub. Our gods were many and powerful. We Mantid worshipped the 7 heads of Yasharaj. Great was the Old One, and terrible was his wrath. He consumed hope and begat despair. He inhaled courage and breathed fear. When the usurpers came, the ones you call Titans, Y'Shaarj was destroyed. His last terrible breath has haunted this land ever since, but the shadows he left behind are mere whispers of his former glory. I tell you now because you have earned this warning. Your gods are not our gods, outsider. If the old ones ever return, we Mantid will once again stand by their side. The wisest among you will do the same.
Okay, that's a little chilling. So, we've already walked into the Dread Wastes knowing that we were in an unsettling alliance with an enemy. Because we knew the Xexie were still Mantid, but we knew that they were probably going to at least correct the problem of the Shaw of Fear. But then we get these little tidbits. So, in case you hadn't figured this out yet, as a bug race, they are servants of the old gods. Same thing as on Kiraj, where they had the, not the Kiraji, but the, I believe it was the Kiraji, the more beetle-like ones. Then you had Ajol Nerub with the Nerubians, being more spider-like, and the Mantid served Y'Shaarj. Now, here's the thing. We now can confirm via the Warcraft Chronicle there are 4 old gods. So Cthulhu is the one that the Kiraji worshipped. Yogg-Saron was the one that the Nerubians had to deal, or that the Nerubians supposedly worshipped, and then the Scourge happened. And now we have the Mantid who worshipped Y'Shaarj, and Y'Shaarj is the only old god who has officially died. And people might be screaming at me and going, but Drak, we've seen Cthulhu die. You showed us. Yeah, but he came back later in a comic. And they've even kind of said in the lore that once an old god is dead, he's not entirely dead. He's still a cancer upon the planet, and so he can remanifest. Y'Shaarj is not that case. He is the only one that's ever officially died. In the way that the Warcraft Chronicle describes it, is he was literally plucked from the planet. He was ripped out of it, thus creating, and through the wound that was left because of his deep rooting into the planet, came the Well of Eternity. But with his last breath, his last curse actually cursed the land of Pandaria with, if you haven't figured it out by now, the Shah. So remember, I said this was a cool expansion because no big bad was introduced, except there was a big bad. We just didn't realize it was a big bad we knew about. So we got to learn all of this stuff while taking out some of these 7 heads of Y'Shaarj, because he even mentions doubt and fear, and we already know that there are corresponding Shah with that. So the storyline was really cool for Mists of Pandaria, trying to figure out, okay, well, we've taken out 6 of these heads, what's the 7th? To eventually have the reveal that the Shah of Pride was the last one, and we got to take care of that in the Siege of Orgrimmar, the final raid. And another cool part of this was the fact that, remember, they said, our gods are not your gods. If our gods ask us to rise, we will rise and we will fight for them. And in turn, in the Siege of Orgrimmar, the second to last boss is the Paragons of the Xexie. So remember, you freed them only to have to fight them. So that's another awesome thing that happened in this particular expansion, is that we did have a big bad, but it wasn't held over our heads like the Lich King or Deathwing. It was, you had to find him. You had to figure out who the real big bad was. Even in Throne of Thunder, there are hints that there are worse things in the world than the Mogu. So let's go and talk to Kilrook. So Shadows of the Empire. Kilrook gives you a strange glance.
The Xexie may never accept you fully. Their xenophobic minds are closed to the possibility of a useful blood elf. I, for one, have been proud to fight by your side, monk. Your presence and your assistance do us great honor.
So we can do Seal of the Lucis, Seal of the Windreaver, or Seal of the Prime. We're going to go with Seal of the Wind Reaver because obviously it is an agility ring. Where is it? Where is it? I have to find it again. There it is. We're just going to go ahead and replace the 437. And yeah, that actually does it for the initial questing of Miss Pandaria. We will do additional questing like we've done in the past with others, but they will be in dungeons and Drakfus where they are more pertaining to the lore of the dungeon as well as the raid. But that does it for the Miss Pandaria expansion. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. I still love this expansion to this day. Despite whatever crap gets thrown at it, I will still defend it. Not defended in the fact that it's the best expansion ever made. I don't necessarily think that, but it is a lot better than a lot of people, especially a lot of people within the WoW, YouTube, Twitter, whatever communities, give it credit for. So at that point, that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for this part in the Tale of Drakfu. When we get back, we're going to be taking a little bit of a week break because I'm trying to readjust my schedule as well as take care of some podcast matters. When we get back, we will start into the 5th expansion, and in my opinion, the anniversary expansion of World of Warcraft, as we begin Warlords of Draenor. We'll see you guys then.